Prepper Basics, EMP Reality Check. This is Throttle Up Prepper. Prepper Basics, EMP Reality Check. This is Throttle Up Prepper. How you doing? I am your humble host, Jeff, and you know what? In case you are late to the party, I just want to remind you up front about our brand spanking new website. It's throttleupprepper.com. You see it right down there below. And again, for you who are new to the program, I don't have my sunglasses on today, and before you snowflakes and cupcakes start crying about me not looking at the camera, I are visually impaired. So anyway, I think I got it over there. I'll do my best today to look like a normal person. Fat chance of that. Anyway, listen, it has come to my attention lately that, it is time for a nice dose of reality in the prepper community. There are a lot of folks out there, a lot of good folks. Not trying to slam anybody, but there are a lot of people that are given to fear and fretting and freaking out and all around just making yourself and everyone else that watches your channels or reads your blog posts just nuts. Knock it off. Listen, there are plenty of reasons, logical, well thought out reasons to be a prepper, to be prepared in the event of an EMP or other, grid down situation. There are plenty of amazingly good reasons to be prepared for an economic collapse or for long-term unemployment or for terror attacks, nuclear, biological, chemical, in nature and otherwise. Look, the world is jacked up. There's a lot of wisdom in being prepared ahead of time. But what I'm not digging, what I don't like, is these people that prey on fear. And it's a lot of these guys with the huge prepper channels and even people that really, quite honestly, just, they're not necessarily prepper channels. And I'm not even going to give them the benefit of being mentioned here on this channel. But just general information that cater to a Christian community or cater to, science and astronomy. It's just nuts. Listen, here's what you need to know. The world is messed up. It ain't likely to get better anytime soon. So be prepared. If you're new at this, get yourself 7 days of water and food and medicine put aside. After you got 7 days, get 2 weeks. After you got 2 weeks, 30 days. After 30, I think you can figure it out from there. 60 days, 90 days, 6 months, a year. Seems reasonable to me. Have a means by which to protect yourself and your stash and your family and your neighborhood. Have a means by which to, be able to administer first aid, get some training, get some equipment. Get ready. But what I want to specifically talk about is the dreaded EMP today. That was one heck of an intro. Anyway, one heck of a long intro anyway. But there's just so many things. Maybe I shouldn't even just limit this to EMP, although it'll give me topics for future videos. But listen, everyone's so worried about an electro-magnetic pulse being used to take down this nation's grid. And the reality is, I'm not a scientist. I'm not an electrical engineer. I'm not even like a military-minded type of person. I don't know, but I can read. I can understand journals and people talk about these things who know. And the more I'm finding out, the less likely it is that an EMP is going to take down the grid. Why, Jeff? What makes you say such a thing? Well, first of all, the bottom line is, if I'm wrong, does it really matter in the end? The end result, whether it was an EMP. But so what's the deal? The EMP, CME, terror attack, in the end, does it matter what takes down the grid if the grid goes down? Yes and no, and I'll explain what I mean in a second. But here's the deal. For somebody to use an EMP, it has to be one of only a handful of nations that can even pull that off. The United States, the United Kingdom, France, Russia, China, Israel, maybe. They don't really say if they've got a program, but we're on to you, Israel. Hey, if they don't, they should. But that's irrelevant. So and then we got rogue nations like Iran and North Korea and others that are acquiring at various stages nuclear capability. It is such an amazingly large weapon that has to be on such an advanced missile to explode at just the right altitude in the right GPS location coordinates over our grid. It's almost impossible. And what makes it more improbable is the full force of the United States nuclear force will be unleashed and decimate any nation foolish enough to try this. Now, are there apocalyptic regimes out there that would love to hasten the end of days? Yep, but they ain't there yet. So, not likely. Possible, but not likely. More likely is a cyber attack taking down the grid. And the good news to that, because the end result is kind of the same. We're still without power, but we can still generate power. We have generators. We have solar panels. We got all kinds of means by which we could, get by for a time until the grid is back up. And I don't know, I'm not a cyber expert, but I would imagine taking the grid down through a cyber attack may be easier to fix than if it was taken out by a nuclear device. I don't know. I might be crazy, and I'm sure you'll let me know in the comment section now, won't you? But I don't know. It doesn't seem like it would be. Not that it's not a big deal, but it wouldn't be as big a deal. And here's the other thing. It's not going to fry your car electronics. Your car isn't part of the grid. Unless you got one of them volt things, you have it plugged in at the time. See what I'm saying? So you're not exactly going to be back to the Stone Age. Is it something to be concerned about? Is it something to think about? Is it something to prepare for? Absolutely. But do we need to walk around freaking out, having our blood pressure going up, giving ourselves ulcers, and just making our families and friends nuts over it? I don't know. Probably not. And by the way, a little reality check. It's the 16th of February. All of you guys that said the asteroid was hitting today and that was going to be the end of North America. Wrong again. I love it. Listen, I guess you turkeys, eventually one of you guys is going to guess the right date. But I'm guessing that'll be long after my time on this earth has come and gone. Again, is it possible? Sure. Is Planet Nibiru, Planet X coming? I don't know. Seems to me that whole Mayan calendar thing had it December 21st, 2012, and last I checked, 2017. Oh, the Mayans. Not as smart as we once thought. Hey, if you're Mayan out there, well, I guess they're not really around anymore, so I guess I don't have to worry about offending the Mayans. But I'm sure somebody will be offended. Listen, the whole point of this little chat, this little fireside chat with old Uncle Jeff is just chill, man. Keep prepping. I'm a prepper. You're a prepper. Wouldn't you like to be a prepper too? Listen. Listen, life is serious enough. It's hard enough. Let's not make it worse than it has to be. This channel's all about getting ready for whatever may come our way. And yeah, encouraging prepping. But you know what? Let's encourage a little sanity, a little civility, a little shalom, a little peace of mind. And I think that'll go a long way in, preserving things just a little bit longer. Listen, I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed it, making it anyway. I don't know. Hopefully you found the information useful, comforting, and helpful. And please give this channel, this video, a like. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe and be sure to tell a friend. Listen, we don't know what's coming our way, but whatever does come our way, let's just be prepared. God bless.